Hello everybody, my name is Shohjahon Imomov and I'm graduated from Specialized Boarding School number 1 and this is a video for Linguine Scholarship. When I entered high school back in 2023, everything felt and looked really normal around me. My grades were strong, my social life was quite stable, and the school was proud to call itself the best in the region. But beneath the surface, I felt something was fundamentally broken. Across my region, more than 80% of the schools had no functioning labs or STEM equipment, including mine. Students learning physics and chemistry just by looking at textbooks, and teachers were explaining the experiments they had never performed themselves before. In my school alone, there were over 500 students, 30 teachers, but zero lab and lab tools. I actually felt it personal because I was not learning how the world worked. I was just memorizing how the world should work on papers. Weeks of frustration eventually helped me to realize that we were not actually lacking the motivation on learning, but the thing we were lacking was real hands-on and practical experience. And that missing piece was not just holding back the current students, but also it will be holding back the future students as well. So later came a turning point. I was selected as the youth leader of the region, and I was invited to attend the conference with the government officials. Over 2,000 people was on the hall. In such meetings, students were expected to just sit back and to be in the frame by expressing the gratitude and praising the system, let's say. Considering the fact that it was just around the new year, like late December, and everyone was in holiday mood, as if like problems will disappear in the upcoming year. But for me, this was a moment I've been waiting for. When it was my turn, when the microphone came to me, I felt genuine fear. My palms were sweaty. I even thought for a second about giving up and just sitting silent. But but within a second I realized it again that if I give up right now, this will cost another year of students missing out the education which they deserve. So I just stepped out of the box, stepped out of the frame. I introduced myself, took a long breath, just like that, and explained the truth that my school, despite its top status, had no labs, and teachers were forced to teach subjects without proper equipment, and hundreds of students were prepared for the world using, let's say, decades old methods. Then I took an even bigger step. I proposed a solution: real, modern, budget-friendly lab sets. And even I provided suppliers, implementation process, and many more according to the research I had been doing for several months. Surprisingly, the whole hall went quite silent. But it wasn't me. I kept speaking because somebody had to. Within months, 12 classrooms received full digital boards. A complete physics and chemistry laboratory installations were introduced. Teachers underwent the practical training workshops. Around 500 students, which means all of our school students, gained real hands-on STEM learning access for the first time. And after such improvement, results were immediate. The following year, our student satisfaction ranking rose sharply, reaching to fourth place nationwide. And a year ago, it was outside the top 20. More importantly, STEM engagement increased sharply. Teachers reported that experiment-based lessons improved the overall marks of the students by 43%. And also students start to get prepared for the real life experiences and also research projects with hands-on learning and real tools. For many, it was the first time science really felt alive. Fortunately, the transformation didn't stay in our school only. A few weeks after the change, I received a call from regional educational administrations. They asked me to help them extend this initiative across our region, Surkhandarya, by visiting schools, identifying their needs, comparing equipment options, and designing a scalable and affordable plan. Schools once had nothing more than chalkboards, now have fully functional labs where they can perform STEM clubs, where they can perform experiments, and also they can integrate daily lessons with hands-on real experiments. Through this journey, I learned one thing about my life that no textbook can teach me. When you act out of genuine care, your voice reaches further than you even thought possible. And this ultimately taught me the biggest lesson of all. The real change happens when you break the frames around you that was set by others. From now on, ready to break all the frames and change the world.